The Little Mermaid is European folklore.
The Little Mermaid is not a folktale. But if you are interested in a Danish folk tale with a mermaid, I have a funny one for you.
Fucked up fairy tales with Liz. Ding!
This is The Mermaid Who Laughed 3 Times. There was once a man who visited the seashore to collect some sand. Maybe he was preparing for flood and making some sandbags. Maybe he liked to get high and make that wavy sand art in a bottle bullshit. Look, I'd love some details, but that's not what folktales are about. Anyhow, when the guy got down to the seashore, he witnessed a mermaid walking out of the water and straight toward him. I have a proposition to make. Yes, I will sleep with you. Not that kind of proposition. I want to live with you for 3 years. If you put me up, you won't regret it. So you're saying there's a chance? I am not. When the man introduced his wife to the mermaid they'd be boarding for 3 years, she was a little grumpy. Well, you could at least make yourself useful if you're going to be boarding here for 3 years. Can you spin? I can, and I will be happy to. So the mermaid lived with the couple for 3 years. She spun daily, but she spun kinda slowly. At the end of 3 years, she had only produced a single spindle full of thread. Further, the mermaid had a habit of laughing at very inappropriate times. The first time, she humiliated the couple at church.
Blessed are you, Lord God, ruler of the universe, for you give us food to sustain our lives.
Look at that asshole.
Gasp!
That is the last time you come to church with us.
Oh no.
The second time, she insulted her hosts. Honey, the taxman came knocking again today. We're gonna end up in the poorhouse because no one in this town appreciates a good bottle of wavy sand art. The poorhouse? That is too much. Do you mind? Read the room. So the man and his wife weren't too sad to bid the mermaid adieu after 3 years. In fact, the wife was so fed up, she took that spindle full of thread that the mermaid had completed and cut through it, discarding the lot into the rubbish bin. When the man escorted the mermaid back to the seashore, she was laughing again. What the hell is so funny now? I'm laughing at the display your wife made with the thread. I guess she didn't realize that it's pure gold. What? Luckily, she accidentally left a little piece on that spindle, so you'll be good. It'll never run out, so just weave all you want with it. What about the thread she cut off? Oh, that hunk is completely useless now. Make sure you don't cut any more off that spindle before you've weaved it into something. Huh. So what about that time you laughed at me when the tax man came to visit? Oh man, I was laughing because you were sitting there sobbing like a baby, like, I don't have any money. But the whole time you had a pot of gold, silver, and copper coins under your floorboards. It's still there. What about that time in church when you laughed at the pastor? I wasn't laughing at the pastor. I was laughing at the devil. He was there writing down the names of people who fell asleep during the sermon. And that in itself was pretty fucking rich. But then, as he was writing down names, he looked up too quickly to catch someone falling asleep, and he hit his fucking head on the crucifix. Okay, that is pretty fucking funny. Oh, it really was. Okay, thank you so much, and enjoy your wealth. The end. Now, Denmark has a wealth of very funny folktales that have nothing to do with Andersen, though he likely heard some of them growing up and maybe was inspired by them. If you'd like to hear more, I'm sharing several on my podcast this week over at Patreon. It's only available to my subscribers there. You can also check out my source for this story. And now, the next time you meet some dumb white person on the internet who is saying,
The Little Mermaid is European folklore,
you can not only correct them, but you can remind them that black people live in Europe too, so fuck off.